Alright, I promised this for a while. I finally shooting it. This is my wife's 2007 Escalade. Cadillac Escalade. Gonna show you the 4th row seat in it. Don't be alarmed by the look at them. I got them for free from the junkyard. So they had a 08 or 09, I don't remember the year, that had an interior burn in it. So they gave me the seats for free. You can see it's very simple. I'm taking the 3rd row seat from an Escalade and just reinstalling it in the 4th row. Fits in here, you know, nicely. No real big issues. It's a little tight on this corner right here, but not a big deal. I mean, it certainly fits. I'll show you the bolt patterns on the bottom and how it all works. All the functionality's still there. You know, you've got all your seat belts. You know, you've got a seat belt here and a seat belt for the middle kid with a strap, a shoulder strap. Fantastic. Same thing on the left side. They're forward facing, and this one, see, you've got plenty of room here like you didn't have in the Suburban. And my other one was an 03 Suburban. So in that year, I think it was 99 to 06, or 99 to 05, 98 to 05, whatever that year is. You didn't have this 4 or 5 inch gap here, which you have in this 7 through 13 production run, or 14. So it's really nice. The forward facing works very well here. When you get these seats back this far, where this headrest is right off the glass, you really have some nice comfort, and this works very well. Full functionality still here, so you know, you hit your levers, the seat can lock, drop forward, which is what my wife's biggest love of this is in comparison to the Suburban. The prior year, where you know you had that huge the prior body style, where you had that huge problem with the not being able to lay it flat on the 4th row. So here, groceries no problem. All this, you know, all the regular stuff she's throwing in and out of here every day. You know, she leaves these seats down a strong majority of the time, so she can use the back, because we don't have all 9 kids in the car a lot. But you know, our youngest is 2, our oldest is 11. So you know, we have all of them at home, and we definitely need this 4th row. Getting the seats in and out still no problem. I don't know the best way to show you, but I'll put this down on the ground here for a second. If you can't see me, I'm sorry, but I'll try to talk you through it anyway. What do you do here? All right, show you the bolt patterns real quick. So you know, the functionality works. You just pull out on this lever and the seats pop out. All we've done here, obviously, is taken the bolts that connect the 3rd rows to the floor and put them in the 4th row. I had some nice pipes here for a couple of them for my washers. You have to elevate these bars to, you know, allow the latching patterns to work. Bought some hardware at the hardware store, some long bolts. I took the carpet out when I did this, marked all the holes, put the hardware in, and then drilled holes through the carpet last. That was unnecessary. I was just afraid of what wiring harnesses, etc., might be under here that I'd run into. As it turned out, there's a spare tire, and there's a body control module under there, which I was very worried about. As it turns out, none of the bolt holes hit any of that stuff, so it was fine. Bring big attention to this bolt right here, this one that's upside down. That's a nightmare for me, about a 6-hour nightmare. There's an air conditioning line that runs from the compressor in the front of the car right under here into your rear air conditioning system in here, your rear evaporator and blower. That AC line has a rubber hose on it, the last section of it, and that rubber hose is directly underneath this bolt. I thought I was going to miss it by about 1 inch. I was pretty careful to measure it, and I was wrong. It drilled right through it. It took me about 6 hours to get that air conditioning line out, take it down to the machine shop, and they charged me 20 or 30 bucks to replace that section of rubber in it and bring it back and put it in. Big nightmare. So be very, very careful when putting that bolt in. That's also the reason that bolt's upside down. You don't have room on the bottom of the car for the bolt to be sticking down 1 inch or 2, because the line's right there. So I had to you know, put that bolt in upside down. That's the only real trick to be super careful of, to not make that mistake. You know, the rest of this is really easy. I'll show you real quick before we're done what it looks like with the seat up. Through the rear window. How do you open the rear window? I don't remember. Yeah, it's hard to see through there, but I'll tell you what, we'll go through the side door real quick and show it to you. I think I have to have the, you can see I'm 4 or 5 inches off that rear window. Look at that. That is hugely off the rear window. I never realized I was that far off the rear window. This seat could easily go back, from what I'm looking at here, it could go back about 4 inches further back than it is. Interesting mistake on my part. I thought I was going to be running into the trim on the side of that door, but boy, I'm not. So anyway, you can see the gap here. You could easily add 4 inches to that gap and be okay. All right, 4th row seat, Cadillac Escalade.